Fish and Rice, Stories from Japan. I'm Toby, and today we welcome a new guest on the show. Thank you very much, Sukaru, for coming. You're also known as DJ Ittsu, and you're a talented DJ here in Osaka and around. And today we want to talk a lot about the nightlife and the music scene here in Kansai. But maybe before we dive into this, can you introduce yourself a little bit to our listeners?
Okay, sure. I'm Sukaru, as known DJ Ittsu as my DJ names.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I am half Indonesian in Japan, and I just moving back to Japan like 7 years ago. And still struggling with my Japanese.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's difficult, right? Like just speaking Japanese all the time. Do you use it for work a little bit or?
Yes, for my DJ work, I used to speak a lot of Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's difficult to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes my brain is English, but I can speak it in Japanese. And how do you
say
that?
this? Yeah, that's tricky. So what made you decide to leave, sunny Indonesia and lots of beautiful beaches to come to Osaka?
When I was high school, I don't know what to do actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to be a doctor or a film director or producer.
It's quite different, right?
Yes, it's quite different from my job now.
Yeah.
And then my father suggested me to, why don't you back to Japan for schools and for the works? And then, okay, let me try. For the first time, it was really struggling for my first 2 years because I don't speak Japanese very well. And then I go to Japanese school for my Japanese language study.
Mm-hmm. So you went to Japanese high school?
Not Japanese high school, like they say Semongako.
Semongako, so it's kind of like a after high school, like a vocational school.
Yeah.
To learn a specific job.
Yes.
What did you study there at Semongako?
I studied Japanese language and culture. Yeah. But
it's good practice, right?
Yes.
And during that time, you were still thinking about, I might go back to Indonesia, become a doctor, or were you still thinking about film studies?
I'm still thinking about the film studies because I do my acting career.
Mm-hmm.
It's from my junior high school. So I'm still thinking about my hobbies. And maybe I need to go back to Indonesia for my acting again or for my film work maybe. But my dad saying no for that.
Stay in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Need to be in Japan for a longer. So that's why I give out for that for a while.
So how do you go from these language studies to dropping the ideas of becoming a doctor or stopping your movie career to becoming a DJ?
So first for medical student is super pricey.
Pricey.
Yeah,
okay.
It's too pricey in Japan especially. So because I'm half Japanese and Indonesian, like my teacher said, you might not can go to the medical school in Japan because it's too hard for you and because for the language barrier.
It's a lot of very technical vocabulary.
Yes, so I can understand that, and I start to give up with my medical things and moving out to. So the things I can do because I can speak English, so I try to work in some hotel industry, and then I go working there about 2 years before Corona.
And then Corona stopped everything.
Yes, as a reservation department for the English one. And then start from Corona, I'm thinking what I can do during the Corona. So I have music interest. And then I was a dancer when I was high school. So one of my seniors said to me, why don't you being a DJ? Because I can do the music remix or something, mastering.
Oh, so you were doing this already as a hobby?
Yes.
Back in school?
Yes, that's why. Maybe I'm not interested with club. I said that on the first time, but I just realized that maybe I need to try to learn this jockey. Sounds fun and sounds cool. And I'm trying to go to DJ Academy in Osaka. Yes.
Can you tell us more about this? Like, what's it like, DJ Academy?
I just searching randomly in Google and then it just found nearby Shinsaibashi. Oh, let me just try a free trial first, and then sounds fun, and it feels getting more comfortable with that industry. And then I went there around 4 months for DJ studies, for electronic music studies.
So 4 months at a DJ school.
Yes.
You had a little bit of background, right? You said you'd like to do in your hobby, remixing, remastering some music. When you get to DJ school in Japan, what do you learn? Like, what are the stages you go through?
What I say? It's quite same as I do when I was high school, but it's only I just only do in the computer, not on the machine, the DJ's machine.
I see.
Yeah.
So you learn the practical aspects of using the DJ decks and how to change the settings and adjust. Interesting. So you do this for 4 months at school.
Yes.
Do you get some sort of certificate after that, or is it like your official DJ? How does it work?
Not. I got no certificate from them, but I got my first debut in Shubel Club in Shinsaibashi in 2021.
But that was also COVID, right?
Yes.
Was it not difficult for the clubs to operate during COVID?
Yes, it was super hard time. Not really customer coming, but I need to DJing. And yeah.
So how was it the first time? You went to the club and you're like, oh, now actually everyone that's going to be dancing here is going to listen to me. I need to do something, right? Were you nervous?
Super.
Yeah.
It's super nervous. I asked my teacher to stand behind me or in front of me. I need you next to me because I'm super nervous.
Some kind of like comfort and like...
Yes. You can sit maybe.
And how did it go? Was it as bad as you were fearing it to be, or was it actually better?
Everyone said a nice play, but I don't really have that confident. Yes.
So after the first gig, right? That's you start meeting more people. You start having maybe more opportunities. Now you've been doing this since 2021, so it's like nearly moving on to 3 years, right?
Yes.
Do you feel more confident in your music? Have you found a style, or how is it for you?
Yes, I was struggling for the first years because what I need to play, because I love my own genres like open format and bass music. But my first genre is hip hop, because I used to play hip hop a lot and Latin music and house music. And then start from 2022, I'm getting interested with bass music because of my friends in Tokyo. And then luckily I have my boyfriend right now is a bass music DJ. He teach me a lot.
Yeah, you can learn directly from the source, right?
Yes, he teach me a lot about like dubstep history from 01 until the deeper one.
And now from your experience around the club scene in Osaka, what's a kind of preferred style? So does it really depend on the clubs?
It depends on the club, but it's just unfortunate. I don't know how Japanese sense of the music, but Osaka is not really a play. Maybe because I'm growing up in Bali, so I heard a lot of something like Latin house and Latin music.
Like by the beach and more like kind of holiday feeling.
Yes, and then more chill hip hop and hip hop R&B. I just came here, like there's a lot of EDMs here, like EDM scenes is more strong in Osaka. Then I learned again from zero. Oh, I need to learn more about the electronic music industry.
How is it for you as a DJ if you are having to prepare sets for nights in a club with music that you're not particularly interested in, right? So if you're maybe a big fan of hip hop and you specialize as doing hip hop nights and so on, and you play only at hip hop clubs, you're in your element. But now you're saying that in Japan they don't necessarily play the songs that you like at the events you're going to.
Yeah.
So you have to adapt to your audience. How is that for a DJ?
It depends on the club. Some of the hip hop club in Osaka, they play a lot of hip hop. But I don't play hip hop, like full hip hop anymore right now. I just play like EDM scenes because for the audience, I ask a lot of EDM scenes with my senior. I practice more again, like mixing EDM, and I need to research. I go like one by one the other club to research how the Japanese, especially in Osaka audience, like, oh, maybe they interested with this kind of genre, this kind of music. And then I start to make a playlist before my gigs.
So you there's a lot of work, like prep work that is going on. It's not, maybe people have this image of like, oh, DJ, you just like, I don't know, sit at your home and make random music. But it's not that, right? You have to go out, you have to see what are people listening to, how are people reacting to music.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know how other people. But we do like that, mostly everyone. If we go into Tokyo, maybe some of the club in Tokyo, we research too how the Tokyo people likes.
So even from city to city within Japan, you'd say there's a difference in like club culture?
Yes.
What would be the difference between Osaka and Tokyo from your experience?
I never DJ in Tokyo, but I hanging around in Tokyo. But Tokyo more, I don't know, the music scene is more cool for me. Okay. Yes, and bass music is a little bit popular there than in Osaka. Osaka is more EDM scenes, I guess.
Interesting. Is it like also international or like very local EDM scene?
For Osaka or Tokyo?
For Osaka.
It's half international and local.
So you regularly see DJs coming from abroad and kind of also...
Yes.
Yeah. Have you been able to play with some DJs that you liked or you listened to before and you're like, oh, I'm like...
Yes. I was last March and last May. Yeah, I play with Alert. Okay. It's a house music, bass house music artist, and lyrics is dubstep music is from Australia, I guess.
So that's like exactly your element. You're like...
Yeah, but I don't know why they're choosing me, actually.
But how was it for you to play with them?
I'm nervous as usual, but it was fun.
Yeah. You learn something from like playing with someone who's been already on the scene for longer?
Yes. I see how the techniques, how they made the crowd, and how the music they made.
So how is a crowd when you are kind of in the club? Before we started rolling the cameras, you mentioned to me like a peak hour is usually always like around 12 to 2. So this is like when the dance floor is full and everyone's like actively listening, actively dancing before the first ones start going home. And so how is the crowd here in Japan compared to, for example, you said in Bali, it's already the music style is different, but the crowd is also different, right?
Yes.
How would you compare the two?
For Bali, maybe everyone is mostly singing because we play a lot of sing-along song and like 90s hip-hop or 90s pop, Latin, like half dancing and half singing is more sing-along music. So we mostly singing while dancing.
So it's really like the DJ engaging with the audience and putting the microphone away, but like kind of having
No, we don't put the microphone in Bali, but the crowd made.
The crowd directly just sings along and.
Yes.
Interesting. And they don't do this at all here in Osaka?
Not. Maybe because Japanese not really know the English lyric.
So how do they react here in Japan?
Maybe just saying la 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 like that.
Okay. So it's maybe more kind of a superficial tag along.
Yes.
You've been now DJing at a lot of different clubs here in Osaka. And so you've been doing this for 3 years.
Yes.
How do you feel like you have changed in your own kind of way of approaching a gig in your own music style over those last 3 years?
For the first year, I play my own music, like my own genre music. And then I got scouted by agency in Osaka, like super big agency from Osaka. I got scouted by them, and then they offer me a super big club. Like, if I said that club name, maybe people will be, oh, you DJing there, like super cool. It was very tiring on the half month because I need to doing another research again for the audience and need to do with the agency standard. You need to play this and you need to do this.
So the agency will have specific requirements for you if you work for them?
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about what, so if you want to be a DJ in Japan and you start working with an agency, what kind of requirements or expectations do they have?
They expect me to, I don't know, is it the Japanese culture DJ or it's just in Osaka, but we need to call customer too. And then we need to sell alcohol too.
So you need to call customers that are like in the club that night, like VIP customers, or?
Yes, sometimes they make a rule like if I don't call the customer, then I got no DJ times.
Really?
Yes, that's a little bit tiring for me. I'm a DJ or a staff here. It was confused.
So by call customer, do you mean you need to bring them to the club, or you need to call them when they're already in the club and just like, oh, today we have a VIP here and like...
We need to bring them to the club like...
Also like a promoter?
Yes.
And that's part of the deal for becoming a DJ?
Yes.
Interesting. So yeah, it really makes you question then, are you a DJ or are you just part of the promotion?
Yes, it was confused for my half months, but okay, like I just start enjoying right now. And then start from my agency start approaching me a lot of offers in the big clubs. And then it getting more busy day by day. I've been have 3 gigs in one day.
3 gigs in one day?
Yes.
So how does that work? You go to one club, you set up, you play your set, and you pack up and you go to the next one, and then again and again?
I have 2 clubs. It's nearby each other, but the timetable is different. So after I finish my time in the first club, I'm moving around to the second club, and then I back to the first club again.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it was fun. Like, oh, I'm famous. I feel that.
Yeah, people coming for you and going to listen to you.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And after I need to go into my 3rd gigs until 8 a.m.
So what time do you usually start when you play?
It was 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Start from
until
7 p.m. until 8
8
a.m. Like,
you have some breaks in between though?
Yes, we not really that we can sit, like only drink water, going to the toilet, and then going to the DJs and talk to the customer.
That's a long night.
Yes.
Is it your full-time job now to work as a DJ?
No, it was... no, until now, DJ is my side job. Yeah, I have my own job right now, my day job.
What do you do for your day job?
I do as a hotelier.
Oh, so still working in the hotel
Yes,
industry.
but it's in global company, so it's more. What I say? It's more easy for me because they mostly like 90% they speak English, so I don't need to worry with Japanese business level.
Yeah, Japanese business level is difficult. Right?
Yes,
it's like
I can.
intimidating. So how do you balance working in hotel? Hotel is also like shift work usually, or can be shift work for most jobs, and you have a lot of expectations there too. And at the same time, you do a lot of long nights at the club.
Yes.
How do you balance both?
I balance in like after I finish my hotel job, and then I go for DJs, and then the night tomorrow is my day off. After that, I'm just sleeping all day.
Oh, the whole day is recovery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I back to work again to my office.
Do you sometimes have to work your day job, go to the club at night, and then back to the hotel job in the morning?
No.
No, you always have always a day off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Maybe I will die.
Yeah, it's too much, right? You need to take
Yes.
care as well. And so now you've been doing this more and more. Is it something you want to do full-time DJing, or do you enjoy it as it is?
I enjoy as this. I've been thinking to be a full-time DJs, but after I see the Osaka nightclub scenes, like, oh, maybe I don't need to be full DJ. Like, it is enough. It's quite tiring though.
But you mentioned, for example, Tokyo, the scene is a bit cooler and you felt like you had more of your preferred music over there.
Yes.
Would you consider like trying the DJing in Tokyo more than Osaka?
Maybe my DJ level is not really a fit for Tokyo, maybe because Tokyo is more higher level.
Yeah, it's a big city, but I mean, you've already played in the biggest clubs in Osaka, right? So no reason not to. What was do you have like a great memory from one night where you're like, this night was just exactly what I was dreaming for when I started to DJ?
Yes. My first approach from the club from Umeda.
Umeda.
It's from Umeda, the biggest club one. That was my first play over there.
What's the name of the club?
It's Ao Osaka.
Okay.
Yeah. My first time DJing there, and the crowd is very nice. And I can play my own genre music. Like, oh, this is what I want.
This is what you're dreaming of. Just your music, a big crowd, big club, and everyone enjoying it.
Yes.
So the crowd did like your own music, right? So you don't need to always adapt, right?
Yes. Even they approach me on DMs, and your music is good. Like, it makes me more motivated to do DJs.
So you have a lot of people also that are like maybe not younger, but people that are interested into getting into DJing and reaching out and asking questions, or?
Not really, but sometimes people ask me directly when in the club.
And what would you say is now like? So you mentioned they approach you in DMs on social media. How big is social media, or how important is social media as a DJ to kind of promote yourself, but also kind of interact with your fans, because you're a musician, right?
Yes.
Essentially, so.
Yes, I think it's super important for DJs to keep promoting themselves. I don't know, because maybe it's just because I'm doing acting and music, and I know about entertainment industry. If you want to be an entertainer, maybe it's not only for one pattern, like not only the acting, but you need to can be anything. Example like do you know Cole Sprouse?
No.
Oh, Riverdale, Netflix.
Oh yes.
Yeah. The talent mostly they can be a model, they can be actor, and they can sing. Like, maybe this is the real entertainer. They can do anything in one job.
So you need to kind of have this flexibility and on social media then as well to kind of show you do a little bit of. How would you say the entertainment industry is in Japan? You mentioned that it's very common to work with agencies as well.
Yes.
And they can have difficult rules. Is it possible to do it by yourself, or is it required to go through agencies if you want to get gigs and if you want to kind of grow as an entertainer in Japan?
I need to contact my agency one by one. If I get my own gigs, my offer, I need to contact the boss and is it okay to play in this club? If it's okay, maybe I can play on that club. If it's no, because it's different company or that's the strict rule they have, then I cannot play that gigs.
And now that you've played also at all and you've been with this agency, is there any place you really want to play at that you haven't been to yet?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
You're quite satisfied already with the opportunities you got?
Not really satisfied, but kinda enjoy it. Yes.
I think it's super important, right? If you're just already enjoying what you're doing and enjoying the process.
Yes.
You're able to kind of keep developing. And you started 3 years ago from the school.
Yes.
So how do you feel like you improved a lot since then? Do you feel there's still a lot to learn, or?
I think still a lot to learn about the bass music. Like bass music is super wide too.
Can you tell me more about bass music?
Like it's not like just a dubstep. We have rhythm, we have UK garage, and I don't know UK garage is house or no. It's house or bass music, but we have dubstep, rhythm, breaks. I don't really know the details, but it's super wide.
And how different are they? Well, what's as a DJ? For me, it's hard to understand. Like, okay, you have a different music genre.
Yes.
How does the music type affect your work as a DJ when you're like on stage? What changes?
What changes?
So let's say you have one night where you play hip hop and one night where you play like dubstep.
Yes.
How do you have to prepare differently, except for different music, except for selecting a different playlist?
Yes.
How does your jobs change when you're on the stage?
Oh, I see. So I just see the floor situation, and then if they just dancing, and it depends on my mood. So maybe it can be a fire. So I just play the drops, people dancing, and whoa.
So it's interacting directly with your audience. You have to like pay attention to how they are, maybe adjusting. Does it happen that you sometimes have to change the playlist completely in the middle of the night because you see, oh, maybe nobody's reacting to this right now, I need to change, and you...
Yes, we need to change speedily.
And what was like when you do this, you're by yourself on stage, right? So what goes through your head when you see the audience and you're like, oh, they're not reacting the way I want them to react?
Oh, sometimes it's quite sad. Oh, they don't dance. And then I need to change the music quickly. And then they start dancing again. And then, oh, maybe they like this kind of music. And I start to keep it the floor fire.
Does it get to a point where you don't even need to kind of look and pay attention too much, but you can just feel how the audience is reacting? If it's crowded, if you just, I don't know, feel people are moving away from, usually in the club they have like benches right around the...
Yes.
And you see people are moving away from there to gather in the middle, and you just know, oh, this is going well, I just continue with what I'm doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Has your perception changed? Like from the first night you mentioned you were on stage and you had your senpai next to you. And
yes.
Are you more comfortable doing this now?
Yes, by myself.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
It's more fun?
Yes.
And so if someone now messages you to, I'm interested in becoming a DJ here in Japan,
Yes.
or starting a career here in the entertainment industry, what kind of advice would you want to give them if you would have to do something maybe different from what you've done?
Maybe just go ahead, just try.
Just try?
Yes. But it depends on the club. They have rules that foreigners cannot be playing in some of biggest club in Osaka because of the visa issues. Because I have Japanese nationality, that's why I can DJing in Japan. Maybe if I still in Indonesian nationality, maybe I'm not DJ right now. I'm still on acting.
Oh, yeah. It's true. There's visa restrictions. There are visa restrictions.
Yes.
For working in the nightlife and entertainment industry.
Yes. Maybe for the security purpose too. For the immigration purpose, maybe.
But let's say there's no visa issue. Where should they get started? Do you think is it common like you to go to a DJ school, or is it more about networking, finding an agency? How would you recommend them to get started in?
I don't really recommend to go to a DJ school because it's not really what I say. They don't teach you a lot or more deeper about the electronic music industry. Maybe you can just hang around with the DJs and then
so they teach you the basic of how to use the deck, but then they don't teach you about the industry. They don't teach you about how to react on stage, how to...
Just play the music. Oh, you can perform and then bye.
Okay.
I need more deeper. But oh, this is the finish? Okay. Like this is the ending.
It's kind of like they teach you how to ride the bicycle and they remove the wheels before you're ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why a bit culture shock.
Do you think it's different? Do you have DJ schools in Indonesia as well?
I don't went to DJ school in Bali, but just doing by myself in the house.
Okay.
In my computer, so I don't have DJ machine too. Only in my computer every night. So my mom and my siblings is already asleep. I'm still DJing on my room for my next dance music.
You still do that? Enjoy by yourself, just at home making some music?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. Do you, as a DJ, do you also create your own original music, or do you play mostly tracks that are already available?
I create some music last year, and I already released on Spotify and Apple Music too.
So if our listeners want to listen to your music, they can find it on Spotify?
Yes.
How do they find it?
Just
DJ Ittsu?
No, just type Itsu, ITSSU. They're coming.
All right.
Yes.
So we'll look for that. Yeah.
It's a best house music. I don't know people will like it or not because it's quite a booming.
Do you want to do some more?
Currently I don't have any project, but I made one IDs this year, but I don't release yet.
Not released? Any release date planned?
I don't know yet. Just still checking my crowd first because before I release the music, I just play one or two my own IDs. If it's fire, maybe I will release it. If people not dancing, maybe I'm not because it's quite shy.
Yeah, it's so tricky, right? It's something you spent a lot of your own energy, your own time to create. It's kind of personal music. And if you play it in front of people and nobody listens to it, it's kind of like hard to...
It's embarrassing. Like my heart will be, oh no.
Yeah, and then you're on stage and you still have to
go home right now. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think is like important qualities to have as a DJ?
The music sense. Yes, the music sense.
So just like understanding the flow of how the songs connect to each other and kind of how the people react to it.
Yes, for music sense and I love music that someone or the people not too much know the music. So when I played it, if it's fire, it will be it will be more enjoyable.
Yeah, something nobody's heard before.
Yes,
and then if they react to it, it's like, oh, this DJ introduced me to this cool song. And
yes.
Where do you find those songs?
I just randomly
just keep searching SoundCloud,
searching
Spotify.
in the DJ pools.
Is it how important is like networking with other DJs, and kind of do you do that a lot to talk to other DJs in Osaka or overseas, to exchange playlists, to talk about
yes.
Yeah.
I keep contact with overseas DJs like from Canada or Indonesia or Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore. I keep reach them for my next gigs, or I just want to explore more Asia industry music and more studying deeper.
Japanese DJs like very different? You mentioned it's mostly foreign DJs, right? Overseas DJs. Are Japanese DJs quite different when it comes to like how they choose or make their playlist, plan their evenings, and kind of work with each other?
Yes, it's different. Sometimes it's quite bored for me.
Why so?
I'm not really interested with them genres because it's too much EDMs, and I can play that, but I'm not into that music.
So it's important that you enjoy still.
Yes.
You mentioned at the beginning that you need to learn what the audience likes and plan for the audience, but if you really don't like the genre, it's very difficult to just...
If I keep reaching them, like nothing.
Nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I want to ask a little bit more about like if you want to get into that industry. You mentioned, okay, you just got to get started.
Yes.
You mentioned it's not necessarily important to go to DJ school.
Yes.
You can just play at home, learn at home. How important is like speaking Japanese if you want to do DJing in Japan?
Yes, it's super important because we need to greetings the audience from Japanese audience by Japanese, and we need to greet some stuff with Japanese, and we need to speak with Japanese business level like teinego, and we can
like the proper formal Japanese.
Yes, it's formal Japanese, and we need to speak formal Japanese too with our senpai. We can do have casually.
So you mentioned that a few times, like you have like senpai in DJing. So
yes.
Senpai kohai is this relationship between like someone who's been longer than you in a, for them, company or school, or less long than you. Sorry.
Yeah.
But this applies as well to like DJing. So someone who's been DJing for a few years more than you, you have to regard them as like, he's my senpai. Is it exactly the same as in like business?
Yes.
That's interesting, right? Because it's a very creative industry, and you'd think that, okay, he's just or she's just a DJ doing music.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter for how long, if they're good and if they like it.
Yeah.
But you're saying you still need to talk to them differently. And
yes.
Is there some kind of pressure to...
Yes, it's quite pressure for me. Because I expect a DJ industry will be more low-key and more chill. It's not. In Japan, maybe. So you're talking about the industry that's kind of organized as well a lot by agencies, by businesses, by labels. Yes.
Is there a kind of scene that is not part of this system of agencies and businesses where it is more chill, like you mentioned, kind of like underground?
Yes. Like my boyfriend, there's a lot of underground club in Nishi-Shinsaibashi area, in Amemura area.
Okay, so like in a...
Yeah, it's more underground scenes, and my boyfriend DJ a lot there.
Is it something you'd like to do?
I've been DJing there like for 3 times, and I'm quite enjoying. Yeah. Because the people is more nicer, it's more warm.
Both the staff and the audience?
Yes.
Interesting. So the big clubs, Owl, Giraffe,
Yes.
Ghost, Ghost is also part of these, or is it more like the underground already?
I guess it's more underground.
But the big clubs that are really run by maybe entertainment industry companies,
Yes.
they work with agencies, they have their business processes. But if you
Yes,
go to
yes.
the, let's say, local clubs, it's completely different.
Yes, completely different.
So this is it. So would you want to move away from the big clubs to just enjoy more the local ones, or is it something you'd like to do both?
I love to do both, but I was thinking to move to underground scenes because it's more. I think it's more me.
Matches your personality.
Yeah,
more?
but if you want to keep market your name in the DJ industry, maybe you need to keep around with the biggest club in Osaka.
Have your name on the like big poster that you're
Yes,
coming
yeah.
to, so that people know you.
Yes.
How would you see yourself like in 5 years if you continue doing DJing? Where would you like to be?
I want to be the coolest female DJ, of course.
The coolest female DJ in Japan?
Yeah. I don't know why Japanese DJs love. I'm not judging, but they mostly not sell the music, but sell the body. Like wearing the bikini while DJing. Well, it's okay. I'm not judging them, but sometimes it's not fair for me because I'm just selling my music and my play, and I wanna people know me by the music now, not from my look.
Is this something that's only for female DJs, or do they also kind of, oh, this male DJ looks cool and like he's like, I don't know, good looking guy? Or is it really they take advantage of women and have them DJ in bikini? Or
maybe it's only for the female. Sometimes it's not fair.
Are there a lot of female DJs?
In Osaka, yes, but I don't really know that much.
So the balance is like mostly male.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that something you think is going to change in the industry?
Maybe, but I miss my acting career though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how was you were doing acting in Japan as well?
Yeah, for twice, yes, I did it.
What kind of acting did you do?
First, it's a drama series, and second one is for short film for 48 hours film project.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it has to be done in 48 hours.
Yes.
Nice.
It was super fun.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did you do this in Osaka?
Yes, in Osaka like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Where can we see the movie?
You can't see now
You
because
can't?
it's
gone.
It's already gone, and it just premiere in the movie theaters. That's why it's super zanne.
How do you compare the industry in like for the music and nightlife entertainment industry and this kind of drama movie industry, since you've been a little bit in both?
Yes.
Do you feel like it's operating the same way through agencies, through companies, or is it a different atmosphere?
Because I'm not joined to the acting agency or talent management, so it's quite hard for me to get a lot of works from Japan. So you need to, if you want more to have a lot of acting job in Japan, maybe you need to go to the Japan talent agency.
So everything works through agencies, just the same.
Yes, through agencies. And yes, it's more through agency.
Do you feel like people are treated fairly in general? If you compare like the drama, TV show, movie industry agencies compared to like nightlife agencies?
Yes, it's more fair in films.
And so you mentioned that in 5 years you may want to go back to acting a little bit more than just DJing.
Yes.
Yeah. Acting in Japan or anywhere?
Maybe anywhere. Anywhere, and DJing anywhere. Like you mentioned before it's starting, like the Obachan DJs.
Yeah, the Obachan DJ.
Yes.
Yeah. From the Netflix show Midnight in Asia.
Yeah. It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, she was 80 something and she's doing DJing all night long after working at a restaurant. It's quite the life.
I really want to do that too. I want to be the next Obachan DJ.
The next Obachan DJ. The best female DJ and the next Obachan DJ.
Yes.
What do you think for you to get there? What do you think something needs to change? Not necessarily with you, but you were saying that right now in the industry they're using female DJs a lot just for their looks and not necessarily for the music. How can we change that?
Actually, I don't really know how to do that because music industry or entertainer we don't have any answer for that, and because we are so free to do anything. So maybe I'm just keep doing my own music for the next 5 years or 10 years later.
Keep learning?
Yes, keep learning, keep playing, and keep making a lot of music again.
Yeah, just doing, learning.
Yes.
Nice.
Maybe someday I do the bikinis DJs too. I don't know.
You don't know? Or
Yeah. But I'm not that kind of girl, so
it's better to stay with the music then and just let people enjoy what they came for.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there something that I didn't ask you about working as a DJ in Japan or the entertainment industry that you feel like is important to talk about? Something that we didn't touch upon yet? We've been through quite a few topics already, but yeah.
So sometimes the audience thinks our job is super fun, but actually it's super tiring, maybe, especially in Osaka. And my culture shock too in DJ industry. Like I mentioned before, am I a DJ or promoters? And for the guarantee fee, it's not really that good.
Can you tell us more about the guarantee fee? What is it?
Like your salary in DJs. I don't feel like they respect the artist or the talent fairly like the films. Like the films, like we have, what I say, we already have for the talent is like how much dollar or how much Japanese yens. But for the DJs, I don't know, maybe it's different. It depends on the agency, but my agency is not really talk about the money things to me directly.
So how do you, so when you work and you apply through an agency to be in a movie or TV show, they will tell you it's this much for this role.
Yes.
How is it when you, let's say you have a gig tonight at one club, how do you get paid for that gig in Japan?
I can't say the nominals here because I guess it's quite sensitive.
Yes.
But they don't tell anything, just coming out with an envelope every
So they don't tell you before you go how much you're gonna get paid. They just tell you play here tonight.
Yes.
And when you leave, they give you a check, a few, an envelope with money.
Yes.
And it's like take it or leave it. You can't really negotiate like hourly wage or.
No, like it's more bigger with my own offers bookings than my agency, honestly.
Yeah, so the agency takes a cut.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, a big cut.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. So it's very difficult to then make like a stable living if you work as a DJ, unless you're like, let's say, super famous and you're booked all the time. But if you just do this on the side, you can't really plan how much you're going to earn that month. Or even if you're fully booked, let's say you do 3 gigs a week, you don't know how much you're going to earn.
Yes. Like, I think it's not going to work for another 3 years if it's still in the same nominal. That's why I was thinking about to stop DJing first in Japan. Like last year, it was my hard times. Like I was depressed, like super depressed about the for the not music industry, for the DJ scenes in Osaka especially. I don't know what to do here, and I don't know what should I do before. Sometimes I need to give up with the DJ scenes in Osaka because I can't do play my own genre like I was mentioned before, and I can do be myself. And it's more forced by agency lately.
So once you sign with an agency, you have like a lot of obligations and a lot of pressure to conform to the rules, and that makes it more difficult to enjoy.
Yes, it's quite different. Like my first meeting with the agency, you can do anything you want. Like
so the agency is also different. Not all the agencies are the same.
Yes.
How long is the agency contract usually?
I don't get any end contract. How
so
many
you
years?
could stop if you want to. Okay.
I'm still thinking about that because if I'm not really, like comfortable yet with the Japanese, the biggest club scenes, maybe I'm moving to underground. It's more chill and more laid back. And
enjoy your music.
Yes.
Is that what keeps you going, even though it's stressful and makes you depressed sometimes? That in some days, some nights, there's a crowd that's just you for your music.
Yes.
Yeah. And that keeps you going.
Yes.
So when is your next gig? Where can we go and listen to you?
My next gig is this Sunday.
This Sunday? So for people that will listen, this Sunday will be gone already, but we will be able to go.
Yes, this Sunday in Jerv. But the Jerv is already changed the name. From Jerv to Gala Resort right now.
Oh, they changed the name.
Yeah, changed the name.
So
Gala
by
Resort.
Dotonbori, it's
yes.
They have different clubs inside, right? It's like
I'm the third floor one. The main floor one.
Nice. Excited?
I am quite excited because I love the Sunday Gala.
Sunday Gala.
Yeah.
Which nights are usually busy in Japan?
What?
Which nights are usually the busiest for clubbing? Friday, Saturday, like in most places, or some surprising other nights?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes.
All three. Yeah.
It's quite crowded.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. We'll be looking forward to your next gigs.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Sukaru, also known as DJ Ittsu. We talked a lot about DJing in Japan, and if you have a lot of questions, feel free to send them to us in the comments. We will be, of course, linking to your social media so that people can also find you and your music. This was Fish and Rice, Stories from Japan. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.